With the current seasonal anime going on of spring 2024, I wanted to revisit some of my initial thoughts on some of these animes. Some of my opinions have changed since watching a few episodes compared to just reading the synopsis and watching the trailers. I also want to go over some of the animes I didn't talk about in my last video when I was previewing the seasonal anime. Let me know if any of your opinions changed on any of the animes that came out this spring in the comments below. Now let's talk about the first anime. First anime I want to talk about is Spice and Wolf Merchant Meets the Wise Wolf. Now I said in my last video I've never seen Spice and Wolf except for all the memes, and I wasn't sure if I was going to watch this remake. I decided to give it a chance, and I understand now why people love this anime so much. The relationship between Lawrence and Hollow is amazing, and we get to see the growth throughout the series, and is a major selling point for the series. Another big selling point for the series is the economics of the anime. They are slowly working together for Lawrence to open up his own shop, but there is a learning curve to the economics. I do like fantasy animes where they focus more on the economics and business building because I find it pretty interesting. The economics of the fantasy genre has been pretty popular the last couple years, and Spice and Wolf might be one of the originators. I'm enjoying my time watching this series, so now I understand why the original is loved so much. The only complaint that I've seen so far is that in my YouTube short talking about this series, a commenter mentioned that they done Hollow dirty. They toned down her personality. Where in the original she's playful, sassy, and mysterious fox girl, where in this remake she's kind of just a fox that likes apples. She doesn't stand out from your typical fox girl. I do see where they're coming from, but I still like Hollow in this remake. Again, I haven't seen the original, so I have nothing to compare it to, but when watching Spice and Wolf, I wasn't expecting it to actually live up to its hype. Next, I want to talk about the isekai / reincarnation animes. Surprisingly, I'm enjoying most of them, and I'm gonna quickly talk about each one. First one is Archdemon's Dilemma, How to Love Your Elf Bride, and in my preview, I kind of thought this would just be an average fantasy master-slave romance anime, but it is above average. I know technically this is not an isekai or a reincarnation anime, but it's a similar plot to all the other ones, so I'm grouping it in this section. I find this one pretty enjoyable, especially the romance between Zagan and Neffy. I think the relationship between master and slave is handled in a mature way, and the comedy gives you some chuckles. The reason I like this more than I expected is because of the main characters. They are great when they are together and when they are separate. We do see growth with these characters, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And Neffy is just so cute, with her dialogue and chibi moments, like how does your heart not melt? Next is Reincarnated as the 7th Prince, and this one caught me by surprise. The action in this anime is well done, and there are moments where it goes hard for no reason. The main character Lloyd is very likable, whereas he just wants to study magic. He doesn't care for taking over the throne or being the most powerful. He just wants to learn magic. He is stupid overpowered, but he tries to hide it. The side characters bounce off each other well, and I have my favorite maid of the season. This anime is like all the other reincarnation anime, but this one just has a certain charm to it that makes me want to come back each episode. What they really do well in this anime is the chibi moments. The chibi moments are so over the top, but I really love it. Especially Lloyd, some of the faces he makes when he gets caught doing something he's not supposed to brings a smile to my face. It's not the best or worst in this genre, but I keep coming back to it. Next is Level 2 Super Cheap Powers. Now, I wasn't completely wrong with my initial opinion on this anime, where I thought it would be average at best. It does land in that area, but I do think it's slightly above it. It's an isekai, where our main character is from a fantasy world, just to get isekai into another fantasy world. I like the characters in the anime, and how the main character is still figuring out how powerful he actually is. It's just nice to watch a chill isekai, where he's just trying to survive, while he gets to train some baddies. I like that we see the Bioromors of the kingdom that kicked him out, and we get to see the main enemy, the Dark One, try to recruit him. We've seen this type of anime tons of times, and this one is just another one. It's a relaxing watch, and the main characters are married. That's what they told everyone at least, and we'll see if the romance actually blooms. I probably would have liked this more if it was a harem, personally. Like, come on. You don't want to get with the muscle waifu? Other than that, it's a slightly above anime of its genre that I didn't expect to find enjoyable as much as I do. Next is Remonsters. I thought this one had potential to be really interesting because our main character gets reincarnated as a goblin, and I have to say, it is average at best. But I do find it enjoyable. With the main character growing so powerful, he takes over as the leader of the goblins. He turns out to be a great leader that makes some serious changes with the clan. He trains up all the goblins, and he treats the captured humans with respect. This goblin has the riz that all anime watchers dream they could have. He has his whole harem of human and orc girls. There are some recurring comedic bits that I really enjoy, like the boomer goblin trying to get some action and getting shut down every time. For some reason, I really enjoy when they show how many days pass and with the soundbite they use. For some reason, it reminds me of the Thomp from Super Mario 64. I don't know, I find this one enjoyable. Again, I do like this type of anime more than the average viewer, So maybe I'm just addicted to trash. Next is Reincarnated Aristocrat. What I like about this one is that it's an underdog story. The main character himself isn't overpowered, and he's very kind-hearted. He's able to identify the potential in people and recruits them. The people he recruits are down on their luck and neglected by their society. He gives them the care they need and brings out that potential. The characters are very likable. They all help him to try to achieve his dream of peace and equality, and it's just great to see. I would say it's slightly above average. I find it enjoyable, and I want to see if he's able to achieve his dream. Next is Banished Former Heroes Lives As He Please. Now I thought this one would be average at best, but somehow it couldn't even live up to that. This anime is pretty bad and I dropped it after one episode. The animation's a bit off, the story is dull, even though it's pretty much the same as the others in the genre, and the execution of this anime, it just feels so lackluster. It wasn't worth my time to continue this anime, even with all the waifus. You know, it's pretty bad when even the waifus couldn't save it. It's just lacking that pizzazz that makes me want to come back, and there's much better anime this spring that I'd rather spend my time on. And last one for this isekai reincarnation portion is Misfit Demon King Academy 2 Part 2. I wasn't gonna watch this anyway since I dropped the show back in Part 1, but I saw a clip going around about how bad the CGI was, and yes, it looks very rough. I saw that the CGI was being compared to Kamikatsu to see which one had the worst one, but in Kamikatsu's defense, it's a parody anime and they knew they didn't have the budget to have somewhat decent CGI, so I like to believe they made it the worst on purpose. But for Misfit of Demon King, I felt like this anime was popular enough to have somewhat decent CGI, but even in Part 1 I remember it wasn't the greatest. I mean, you can't expect much from this type of anime anyways, because it doesn't have the investment of some of the top tier animes. But damn, that CGI is pretty rough. Lastly, I want to talk about the animes I didn't talk about in my preview video. These are the ones that I skipped over because I didn't think I will watch it, and it turned out they're pretty good. There's always a few animes during the season that I skipped that turned out to be really good, so I'm trying to make up for it now. First one is Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night. Now this one I did think about to put in my preview, but I didn't want to make the video any longer. I thought it would just be another anime where cute girls do cute things, but it's more than that. In Giguk's video for the spring anime, he had the perfect take for this anime.
This isn't just another show where cute girls do cute things. This is cute girls do amazing things.
And after watching this, I 100% agree. I get excited to watch the next episode because I want to see these misfit characters try to achieve their dream and even redeem their past selves. It has me smiling throughout the episode, and the characters are very relatable. I love seeing the growth of them as they slowly make steps to achieving their dreams. Everyone can relate to that, and even me with my YouTube journey. I'm sorry I slept on this one and didn't include it in my preview, but this is one you have to watch. We are seeing a shift in anime where we are seeing cute girls doing amazing things. For many years, it was always cute girls doing cute things, and for me, they were always hit or miss, but I do like the shift of them doing amazing things, and they are just really enjoyable. I can't wait for more, and I hope we get more animes like this. Next is Train to the End of the World. Now this anime I completely slept on. I saw the cover and I thought it was just another cute girls does cute things, but it is much more than that. A quick summary of this anime is that a company in Japan introduces a 7G network technology, and when it's launched, it drastically changes the terrain and bizarre mutations of people. There's a new way of life, and our main characters set out on a journey to find their missing friend. That's all I really want to give, but you should definitely watch this anime. The world in this anime is so fascinating, and there's so much they can do with it. We and the characters at the same time are discovering how drastic the world has changed. This plot and world is a fever dream that you never wake up from. The music and animation is on point, and the world is constantly beautiful. With so many unknowns in this anime, you always feel something in the back of your head that something's a little off here. We don't know what's happening, the characters don't know what's happening, and we're all finding out at the same time. The characters are great with each other, and I'm excited to see where this anime goes. They legitimately can do anything in this world, and I want to see the crazy stuff they come up with. I definitely think you should be watching this anime, but it might be more enjoyable to have it all come out and binge it, because then you don't have to wait a whole week to find out what happens in the next episode. Last one I want to talk about is Salabode of Eccentrics. With a title like that, I had no expectations for this anime. With episodes releasing, I saw it was getting very positive reviews, and then I saw this clip that made me start this anime. As you can see, I'm pretty easy to convince. But we do have a reverse isekai here, where one of our main characters, Sarah, is slowly adapting to modern Japan, and then we have our other main character, Sosuke, who's a private detective that's struggling a little bit. They work together to help with his job, and we see some crazy antics along the way. The attendant, Livia, is hilarious, and she's also going through her struggles of adapting to modern Japan. I like these type of isekais where they're learning to adapt to modern society because they're usually hilarious. I find this one pretty funny, and I really enjoy each episode. I want to see all the crazy and weird antics, and I really like the characters. What's not to like about this anime? You have a busty homeless waifu, and then you have terrorism. It's the complete package. They can be very unethical with some of their detective techniques, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And those are all the animes I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to update my opinions on some of the animes that I didn't have the best impressions on, and also give props to the animes that I completely slept on. My opinion can change again with the later half of the seasons, but we'll just have to wait and see. Let me know what animes are you watching this spring, and if you have any changed opinions so far. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.